it's week 3 of Fresh Identity, but only the second time that I meet with my clients. So why is that? The program runs over 3 months, 13 weeks, and we meet every fortnight. Why is it important to have time in between sessions with your guide or your professional support? Let me take an analogy. If I ask you to think about food, you are probably going to think of the cereals you had for breakfast, the apple you had for snack, or what you're going to make for dinner tonight. What comes to mind when I talk about food is the time eating it and what you're actually consuming. But actually, what's the most important part of food is what you don't see. It's what your body does, how it digests it, and how it metabolizes it. The same goes when it comes to sessions and healing and growth. What you will think about most when you think of being in a program will be the sessions with your guide. However, what is the most important part is the healing and growth that happens in between, how you digest and how you metabolize what has happened during the sessions. So what can you do practically to make that really powerful and effective for yourself? The first thing is to be aware that's how it works. You will have time where things change in between sessions. Whatever has been said during the time you have spent with your coach or your therapist will unfold, and you will need time for that to start have some effects in your life. Think of it as dominoes. It will make things stumble forward and change things as you go. So being aware is important. Then be gentle with yourself, because that's a process that you can't preempt. You know it will happen, but how it unfolds is completely unknown until you get there. So give yourself permission to think what you think, feel what you feel, allow the process to occur. And the third part is to let people around you know that you are going through a program of therapy or self-development. You don't have to elaborate on the detail. That is private. That is your story. However, letting people you interact most often with know that you might be triggered by different things. You might have things that you will see differently. You will react differently because of this self-development program you're going through matters, because then they will be less surprised, less likely to react negatively to the way they perceive you being different, and they will generally be much more supportive of what you're doing. So that's what the time in between sessions is about, is that time for you to let things unpack, unfold, to sometimes unravel, but that's all part of the process.